Good morning, everyone. My name is Alan. I'm the Mind Alchemist here. And today, I just wanted to ask all of you to think about why you want to fix or change something in your life. Generally, that's what we do in hypnosis. But at the same time, if there's something that you need to change or to fix, you don't really need me. You just need to know that it could be done by yourself. So, let me start by talking about the Silva mind control method. It's now called the Silva life system, I believe. But I recommend people to learn some self hypnosis. Everyone should have some tools to get through in life. Sometimes they are tools like meditation, sometimes they are mental projection, sometimes it's subliminal suggestions. But whatever it is, there is a purpose to the Silva mind system. It was developed by Jose Silva, who spent a lot of his life perfecting things. So let's start just maybe at the beginning. When he tells people to go into hypnosis, the first thing he does is he programs them in with a 3-2-1 method. It's actually 5-1, but um, once you do the 5-4, bring it down to just about 3-2-1. And it's always 3-3-3-2-2-2-1-1-1. But in the programming that they do in your class, in the class that they teach, 3 stands for physical relaxation, which is very much like a progressive relaxation in other cases. If I were to take you into trance, I would say close your eyes, take a deep breath in, relax your body, release the tension in your body. And as you do so, you relax more and more. That would be physical relaxation. Then 2-2-2 stands for mental relaxation. It says visualize and repeat the number 2 3 times. So you see in front of you the number 2, 2, 2. And that would be for mental relaxation, which in itself is a deepener. It's a way to release your mental thinking. It's a way to just let things go. And, and then you'll say 1-1-1, you are at level, which is the alpha level. It's a level where you can start manifesting certain things. But when you're at alpha, it's a level where you are aligned to, let's say, you're aligned to answers from the universe, from your subconscious mind, superconscious mind even. So as you relax your mind really deeply and you have a question in mind, you could start either to change energy through your mind, be open to different things. Level is where you want to be. The next thing they do in Silva method is they use a deepener. Anything that takes you into a deeper state of awareness is a deepener. In hypnosis, we usually have someone walking down a set of stairs, going down an elevator and watching all the buttons change from the 10th floor, 9th floor, 8th floor, 7th floor, and so on. Or even having your hand on a meter stick, seeing the numbers come down as your arm comes down. It's 100, now it's 90, 80, 70, 60. So what he does is he just counts you down from 10 to 1, taking you to a laboratory, which is a place of your making where you have all the tools, the clocks, the syringes, the WD-40, whatever you wish to have in your laboratory, where you will be able to create, manifest whatever you want. Because in hypnosis, let's start over. When you're at this level, much deeper, now you have guidance, now you have access to different resources within you that will give you what you want. So, for example, if you wanted to know there's two roads to take, should you take the one to the right or to the left? You can invite in a helper. They call it the counselor. You could call in a person you know who you've always trusted and liked to give you advice. And as you imagine them in front of you, you say, well, which road should I take? There's this road. There's that road. Well, which one will be better for me and my family? And these counselors will give you their wisdom, which you could bring back and apply. And generally, it'll work out pretty well. If you do the countdown from 10 to 1, generally what you'll find is that you not only go into alpha state, you'll start pretty soon going to theta, delta. And those are states of the shamans, the state where you could actually do things. And I really do encourage people to, use their hands as an extension of their soul, of what they want. Because things come a lot faster when you think and feel. So if you want something, for example, a Ferrari, and you close your eyes, you see the Ferrari, and then you go out, you see yourself with the steering wheel. You love that it's a stick shift, changing those gears, feeling the power. The more you could feel it, the faster it's coming. Actually, I think I've just manifested myself a Ferrari. But anyways, moving on, the Silva method is a really good method. It's down to earth. It works really well. And there's everything anybody could ever want. Because generally, as I was talking to the director of the Canadian Silva, I guess his name is Stephen Dalbush. He's the director of the Canadian, I'll just call it Silva Method Canada, and that's what it's called. So anyways, he says that most people, when they take the course, they generally come for one thing, but they get at least 20 methods that they could take and use for different things. After they take the course, they practice that one method. They usually get what they want, but they forget to use all the others. One of my favorites is the glass of water technique. I use it all the time. Glass of water, you put your intention, you drink the water. Next morning you wake up, you drink the other half glass of water. And while you're drinking it, you say, this is all I need to do to get whatever I want. The answers to the problem, to manifest something, to get better health. Another technique that I use so naturally now that I forget that I use it is the 3-finger technique. So the 3-finger technique is basically an anchor that every time you put your 3 fingers together, you go back into that state, the state I was just describing, which is the alpha or theta state, a very deep state where you could have access to anything in your subconscious. So anything that goes out in, your mind remembers what it is. And as you put your 3 fingers together, you're able to access it much more easily, quickly, and efficiently, which makes it an ideal tool when you're in front of a crowd thinking about what you should say, how to say it, or maybe you're doing an exam and you can't really remember everything you studied. Putting your 3 fingers technique It seems like it just pulls out everything from the unconscious that you're looking for very easily and effectively. Uh, so that's another one. It's a wonderful anchor, and the more you use it, the more it compounds to itself. So it doesn't matter if you studied chemistry with your three finger technique or st- you went for a swim. That would be really bad. How could you swim with three fingers together? But um, yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. The effects of the three fingers is every time you use it, it works better and better and better. Um, which brings to me another idea, which is affirmations. Affirmations done properly are really awesome. And there's a whole field of auto suggestion, how to do it properly, when to do it, how it started. But whatever you tell yourself, eventually you come to believe. And trying to erase what you've told yourself is just about impossible because, especially at my age, I've told myself a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff. But it's easier to put in a new suggestion, to overwrite the suggestion, to take a canvas that's been painted like my wife does. She paints something, she doesn't like it. She takes something called gesso and whites out the canvas and puts a new painting on top. What was there before, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect her. What's on top is more to her liking, more beautiful, more pleasing. So, in autosuggestion, I would suggest record your thoughts, write them down, do something with them. If you say to yourself a million times a day, I am always worried, I am always afraid, I never have enough, you could clean those up. In Silva Method, they call it mental house cleaning. I just call it clean it up. What is it that I do want? If I have enough money, I always want enough money. I actually want more than enough. And if that's what I want to program into my mind, I will just write it down. Say I I'll say to myself, what I want is to always have more than enough. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how it will happen. I just want more than enough. So I tell my unconscious mind, I'm going to close my eyes for 5 minutes. When I open my eyes after 5 minutes, I want you to have found, created, and activated a solution, the right solution for me, so I could always have more than enough, feel it, understand it, and so on. And that's all I need to do. I don't need to do anything more than to just close my eyes, allow myself to go into self hypnosis. When I open my eyes, I now have a new thought. Now, with many things, repetition is key to success. Will I do it once and have that full success? Generally, for myself, I tweak it every day. I will say something, I'll write it on my little pad, and I'll just tomorrow, as I read my pad, I say, oh, how was yesterday? Did I get what I wanted? How am I feeling about this? And for example, more than enough. I want to raise. I want to raise. I don't have enough. So I program myself to have more than enough. And my boss calls me into his office that day and says, we're going to have to give you a raise. It's been a while. And I'm like, oh, great. That's what I wanted. And he says, yeah. But unfortunately, the company didn't make a lot of money last year. And so all we could do is $2 more a week or an hour. And you look at this and you say, okay, so after taxation, after everything, I just got more than enough. That is not what I meant. But the good thing is that I could always change it. I could say, okay, so I asked for more than enough. I got a little more than enough. That's not what I wanted. It's time to tweak it, ask for something different, something better. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you have to just let it go for a while for it to happen. But I do love the process. There's a lot of good tools in the Silva method. And just a short story. I'm going to end this stream about now. If you have any questions about hypnosis, self-hypnosis, EFT, be happy to be here to answer them for you. But for right now, let me tell you a little story. Because I play very often. I like to manifest just for the fun of it. Manifesting for me is more fun most of the time than, oh my God, I gotta have that Ferrari by 12 o'clock because I need to look good next week when I'm driving to work or something. I don't have any of those urgent needs that I need something right now. There is a reason for not wanting to or needing something so badly that I create a negative state of mind. I don't like to have a negative state of mind. So I kind of I'm more general about a lot of things. But back to the story. I was playing while walking my dog a few years ago. And this was 15 years prior. I had ran into this woman. She was walking her dog. I was walking my dog. And there was no real anything going on except that we really bonded during our walk. We were just talking and bonding. And I thought that's kind of cool. But for some reason, she had to be in my life. And a few months later, I get my license in real estate. And as I got my license, I noticed that at the first course that I had to take, it was a company course. They brought in a certain speaker about something. And there she was. And it's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. She's supposed to be in my life for some reason. I said hello, and she said hello, and that was kind of the end of that. And I then decided, well, one more thing. I did see her a couple more times. It was always the same kind of like everybody in the company has to come to this group meeting where you will get extra credits and they will qualify you for your renewal of license. So I did see her a few times we talked, a few times we just waved. But one day I decided, okay, wouldn't it be cool if I could manifest her soon? I want to see her. I want to talk to her. I want to reconnect and have another moment of clarity, another moment of bonding. And she was a nice enough lady, and you could ask for anything. So I said, would be nice to connect with her. Just talk to her, have fun for a little while, and then say goodbye. And I gave it to the universe. And of course, when you ask for something, you have to keep your eyes open to receiving it. I never heard, saw, felt. Not a boo. I didn't even, nothing at all. And then about a month ago, 8 years later, there she is, getting into her car in the parking lot where I was this time, taking my dog out for a walk. Very different location than the first times that I've met her. Different park, different location, different people. It was just her and I for 2 minutes, and I'm like, I know you from somewhere. I know I had more hair back then. I know that she was very different back then. But it was kind of neat because the universe always listens. And I could have anything. And I did manifest what I wanted. So the story is really about if you want something and you give it to the universe. First, how badly do you want it? Secondly, are you going to look for it? Thirdly, are you going to listen to what the universe tells you? If you do, if you have a good time, you just might rendezvous with what you want. And more times than not, people don't just want something just for saying, I want it. It's not like a kid going through a grocery store checkout and having a temper tantrum because his mom won't get him the chocolate bar. He'll want it. He'll probably get it at some point. But when you really want to manifest, use self-hypnosis. Use the power of your mind. It really does work. It's worked for me in so many ways. I do call myself the Mindalchemist. And one more story, just one more story about my cousin Mark. It's actually my wife's cousin Mark. But one day, I'm telling Mark about one of the Silva method processes, about unscrewing my head and putting somebody else's head on top, screwing it back on, and doing some energy work of sorts to manifest the result. And him and his wife are laughing. They think it's the funniest thing. But then, because I told him of a success story or two that I had, Mark said, if this crap really works, I want to stop smoking. I said, no problem. I like Mark. Why not? Let's help him stop smoking. I used the method. And then I just forgot about it. I don't see them very often, just weddings and funerals and showers and stuff like that. And so 6 months later, 7 months later, I see Mark. He's a changed man. He comes up to me. He has a stern look on his face. I said, I stopped smoking. I'm like, oh, that's a good thing. He says, now if you did something, I hate you because I gained 30 pounds. If it's not you, I still hate you, because he was pissed off. Anyways, I know that doing the Silva method works. I know that I get really good results. I saw Mark recently. I am envious. He is rock solid. No extra fat, no nothing. But that's when I talk about tweaking things, that as you start manifesting, sometimes you manifest something that you think you want and it's just not really perfect, and you could just keep on going and manifest something even better. So once again, I'm going to log off now. If there's any questions at all on hypnosis, on Silva method, on EFT, I have probably 50 or more diplomas, certificates, and I'm a Reiki master. I do therapeutic touch. I do pendulum dowsing. I use Raymond Grace techniques. I use Simpson Protocol. I've been certified by the Jacqueline Academy, by the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy, by Hypnosis Association. And anything that I could do, if I could answer any questions for you, to either call me, contact me, or show up on my next live, which I plan to do on a regular basis, and we'll go from there. Anyways, Alan Hassoun, Mind Alchemist, logging off.